Do not be a dummy for the devil by trying to do something underhanded. And when you're caught and you're removed from the position, you have to relinquish that thing and even have to make recompense, that you don't come again in another way trying to obtain what was legally removed from you. And do not let your ouster cause you to develop an ought for something that you ought not to have done in the first place, something that was never yours. And we see an example of this in 1 Kings 1, when Adonijah propped himself up as king, even though, as we see in 1 Chronicles 28 through 29, that David had made a proclamation that God had chosen Solomon as his successor. And David wasn't even dead yet when Adonijah propped himself up as king. But the situation was quickly rectified. And in 1 Kings 2, he tried to use a backdoor method to undo God's will in Solomon's life. And we see it in 1 Kings 2, verses 15 through 17, when he went to Bathsheba, Solomon's mother, trying to gain an advantage over Solomon. And he, meaning Adonijah, said, "Thou knowest that the kingdom was mine." Lie. "And that all Israel set their faces on me, that I should reign. Howbeit, the kingdom is turned about, and is become my brother's." And this is the key part, for it was his from the Lord. See, Solomon got into a position, or correction, Adonijah got himself into a position. And yes, he had co-conspirators. People recognized him as being king, but it didn't mean that God recognized him as being king. See, God had already spoken a word over Solomon's life, and it was going to come to pass no matter who tried to undo what God said he was going to do. No matter who tried to usurp God's authority and his authority over his words to bring them to pass. So Adonijah knew what he was doing was wrong. He knew it was against God's will, but he did it anyhow. And here he was again, trying another way. And he continued, "Now I ask one petition of thee, deny me not." See, now he is trying to use Bathsheba as a dummy for the devil. Do not allow anyone who, in their wrongdoing, tries to convince you to join them to rebel against God. That is how Satan misled many angels who chose to follow him instead of God. Now they lost their place permanently. And he said, "Speak, I pray thee, unto Solomon the king, for he will not say thee nay, that he give me Abishag the Shunammite to wife." See, this was all being done undercover. He knew he didn't belong in the position that he was in, albeit temporary, and he was ousted, and he should stay gone. Do not allow the devil to use these devices against you. Do not become a dummy for the devil.